I will try to get something done on this player before the draft, because I finally relented on this, because enough people are saying, like, stop talking about moving Johnny Wilson to tight end. He is a wide receiver. Like, I know Josh Norris is like beating that drum hard over there, almost as hard as he's beating the Brock Bowers no combine testing is a big red flag, which Josh, I mean, brother, I love you, Josh, but fair enough take. Like, I get his point, but he's been told all week that Twitter doesn't like, he doesn't watch the games. He needs to watch the film. And like Josh watches.
I know that's the best part, though. You know, they'll be like, Josh, have you ever seen Brock Bowers play? Yeah, he has. Of course he has.
It's like, I understand.
It's his job.
It's his job. Like, look at his YouTube channel. It's just like videos on videos of film. It's like, that's Josh's whole thing. Josh has been on draft Twitter longer than some of these people that are complaining at him have probably been alive. It's wild stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
can I give you one more tight end?
Yes. But first I want you to answer the Johnny Wilson thing. Like, what do we think this guy is? Is he a tight end, or is he is he Devin Funchess, who eventually moved to tight end like 10 years into his career?
I mean, he might be Devin Funchess, but you got to give him a chance to be a receiver first. Here's like, sometimes when I see people say stuff like this, like, oh, we'll move a safety down the linebacker, we'll move a wide receiver to tight end. This isn't Madden. Yeah, you know, like
it isn't like in Madden where you like the 78 overall, like 3-4 outside linebacker that never got picked up in free agency. You just go in there and you move him to D end, and now he's a 98 overall because the traits. Right. It's not like that. Yeah. And by the way, if you didn't do that in your Madden free agency franchise back in like 2008, you were not trying. Okay, like compete, try to win.
Don't trust you at all. The biggest move was signing free agents and then immediately trading them for draft picks. That was another classic move. But dude, with Johnny Wilson and the wide receiver to tight end conversion, dude, you have to block NFL defensive linemen and linebackers. He's never done that. It's really difficult to do. Like, we just talked about how Brock Bowers is not great at that, and he has practice at that, and he literally has practice blocking NFL defensive linemen and linebackers every day at Georgia's practice. He practiced against that defense that had 7 first-round picks on it, or 5 first-round picks, whatever it was. But still, like, man, it's so crazy to me that people think that, you know, you can just do that. Because, okay, Johnny Wilson, you're going to go from wide receiver to tight end. You're going to learn how to play with your hand in the dirt. You're going to learn run blocking from a 3-point stance. You're going to learn pass blocking. You're going to learn running tight end routes and how those interact with the wide receiver routes that you used to run. It's so much. And then you're talking about, okay, what's the realistic impact that Johnny Wilson could have at tight end year one? Like none?
Zero.
Almost?
Yeah.
Zero?
The ideal scenario is Darren Waller, and that was years into his career that Darren Waller became Darren Waller with the Raiders.
Right. So just imagine, you know, I think people get upset where sometimes you have a play where, you know, a tight end's blocking defensive end, and sometimes a defensive end will get a sack on those plays. Be, oh, well, why did you have a tight end blocking defensive end? Well, because sometimes that's just how the play has to play out. Yeah. And you have to be able to hold up. And you're going to get beat sometimes, but no one remembers the plays where it works out, which is honestly most of the time.
Yeah, like 80%.
Where it works out, where a tight end's blocked, 80% of the time it works out. Just based on pressure percentages, based on sack percentages. Most of the time, you're not going to notice because it usually turns out fine. But it probably wouldn't if you had never blocked the defensive lineman before. You know, Johnny Wilson, he's not getting 3-point stance and kicking back and pass blocking ever. So to think that he could just do that at the NFL level, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. I think you got to let him try wide receiver first. If you can't do it, you know, 5-6 years into his career, you make the change and put him at tight end. But for now, I don't think it helps him at all to try and just be an NFL tight end after being a college wide receiver for so long.
Yeah, especially like at Florida State. I have not charted Johnny Wilson, probably because like there is the tight end conversion talk, and you know I have like major PTSD from the Kyle Pitts thing because so many people want me to chart tight ends, and I'm like, bro, I got enough work to do. So like I have not really done any work on Johnny Wilson, but like watching Florida State, he's out there as like the X, like he's way attached from the formation, like he's not doing any tight endy type stuff. Okay, like he's out in the boundary. That's his role. So And he's also I think he's an older rookie too. So there's just a lot of
he's an older player.
There's just like a lot of questions here. And yeah, I think I probably will try to get like 3 games or something charted of him just to see like what he looks like as a receiver, because I'm with you that if he's going to be like a tight end, if he's going to be a tight end, don't even think about him in like your rookie draft. Okay. In your dynasty rookie draft, because he will not do, you will drop him so hard after he does like nothing his rookie year, because he can't block. He can't even remotely set the edge. So like maybe if we're all still alive in 2029, maybe Johnny Wilson has a nice season.
That's a stretch.
That's a stretch, but maybe if planet Earth is still holding up in 2029, Johnny Wilson could have his breakout season as a tight end. You said you had one more tight end prospect you wanted to hit on.
Yeah, I was about to say, I just finished the Fallout show, and it's like, I turn on the news sometimes, like, I don't know how far away we are from this.
I know, I gotta watch it.